day, students. You're welcome to once again another interesting class. Today, we're talking about electronic mail. I know you are used to the word email, full meaning of email, electronic mail. Our class objectives will be defining email, services available in an email, differences between the features of email and a website. But we won't be doing all that. We'll focus this module because it's going to run for 2 weeks. We'll focus this module on definition of email, whereby we'll be performing a little practical on it, whereby we'll be knowing how to open an email address. We'll also be knowing how to send messages using an email address, and also to know that we can also chat using an email address. Before now, you may be wondering, where has email been? Where has electronic mail been? First of all, when you talk about email, what comes to your mind is messages. So what then is now the definition of an email? An email is simply the exchange of digital or electronic messages across the internet or other computer networks. So it means it must be from the internet. It must be online. When you talk about email, what comes to your mind is exchange of information or messages through the internet. But there's one sweet and important thing you must know. Before email came into existence, there was something that we were making use of. We call it the postal services, whereby you send messages through post offices. There are a lot of post offices, but one we're going to be focusing more in the class is the Nine Post. Now, what do they do for you? They help you send your messages across broad. Now, these messages are in hard copy. Back then, when we were still younger, in the olden days, you will find out that when our siblings travel out of the country, if you want to send a message to them, we write it in a paper, go straight to a post office to send the messages. Yes, at that time it was looking nice and sweet for us. We saw it as something that was quite enjoying. But having seen email, you ask yourself, wow, so you mean I've actually been leaving my house, paying transport fare just to go to a post office to send my message to someone. And most of the time, these messages takes days, it takes weeks, it even takes months. Also, it can even take years before you can get to the required destination. And even when it gets to the required destination, when you want to get a reply, it follows the same means, whereby someone comes and deliver it to you. But before the person comes and deliver it to you, it has to take a lot of days and time waiting. Imagine you need $5,000 from someone and the person puts it in the post office. It means that you have to do the person has to do the sending even before you need it. If not, if you send it the day you need it, it means that you would not get it. But moving away from that, what then is now how we can create our own email address. How can you create your own email address? I tell you today, anyone can have an email address. Provided you are 13 years and above, you can have an email address. In SS2, I believe everyone is 13 and above. The very first thing you must know is that you must go to a web browser. A web browser is a browser that is used to access the internet. In our next module, we'll be talking more about internet. And when you go to your web browser, you see an address just like it's highlighted on the screen there, and you type in Gmail. Now, mind you, for this class, I'm making use of Gmail. In other classes, in subsequent examples of emails, we have Yahoo Mail. Now, when you enter the Gmail, what comes up, you see a screen like this on your screen. You are not to enter your email or phone number because one, you don't have an email. Even if you put your phone number, nothing will work. You can't do forget, nothing will work. Rather, you click on create. You don't click next, you click on create. This also will help you even when you've already have this. It's still the same process you would use in signing in when it has been created. Now, when you've successfully um clicked on that create button, it takes you to this page. This page is where you put in your name, your last name, the username you would like to use, and your password. Take note, you must use a unique password. Now, a password should not be something that anyone can easily guess. I would not advise you to use your date of birth. I would never advise you to use your house address, your phone number, your best color, your best food, even your sibling's name. I wouldn't advise. Rather, use something unique. Also, after you finish doing that, the next it will take you to is for you to read terms and conditions. Most of the times, people disregard all these places. Yeah, but it's most important as an educationalist and a computer scientist, you should read every information even before you accept them. You must focus on reading them. Take your time and read them before you click on the agree button and tell yourself you agree. And when you've done that, it takes you to the site proper. Now you successfully created an email for yourself, and the very first message would come up telling you welcome. It can also give you an alert from on the screen. You can see get started with email. This will say that this person just finished creating the email, that I just finished creating the email. So the very first message that is showing me there is, and then how then can you now send message using an email? Now you have an email. But the essence is for it to conquer the use of post offices. How do you now send? The very first thing on the screen when you are already logged in, click on compose. Click on compose. On phones, it's still the same thing. Click on compose. If for your phone there's a pencil at the right hand side, you click on it for you to be able to start the process of sending in messages. So like I said again, click on compose. Don't click on Gmail up, rather when you click on compose. Now when you click on compose, it takes you to where you would type the person's email. Imagine your friend, you want to send a document to your friend, or a piece of information to your friend. You have to type in your friend's email. At the part where they've said to who, you type the friend's email address. Now you see the email address, unique email address is wikihousesteve@gmail.com. Now when you click on that, you can decide to give it a subject. What's the subject of the email? So of this email, I titled it hello. Titling it hello. Now the reason I titled it hello is because this is more like a training, a first time or the first class that you make use of it. But in other cases, the topic of whatever you are sending, if it's a job application, you write the title of the job. If it's a query, write the title. And when you've done that, you go down to the body. Now there is very important. This is where you will type in all the necessary things you need to type, the piece of information you want to. Now if you look down close to the send, you will see somewhere that looks like a ring. Now let's say you want to attach a document. You make use of that place in attaching documents, and when you are through with all the typing, you click on send. It's very easy. You click on send. Like I said, it's going to be a practical class all the way that we'll be learning on how we're going to be creating emails amongst ourselves. So if you don't have an email address, you are going to have at the course of this class. If you have, we are going to create an email address. And after creating an email address, what next is very important is that you should know that you can actually type and send message. You can chat using your email. You can chat. It looks like a normal chatting website. Now you can make use of your phone in sending email. Your friend may be outside the country. You want to send your friend a message through email. Why not do it? You can. One good thing about email is that especially when you are chatting, is the fact that you hardly experience network bridge when you are chatting. It is best to chat with your friend. Like I said, it is best to chat with your friend that is far off and you don't want internet issues through your email, because if you do that, you find out that the person gets the message quickly and faster. I know a lot of you are used to using WhatsApp. I know a lot of you are used to using Facebook. Now all those sites get congested with ease. But if you want to, the best way to chat amongst yourself is to make use of an email. Surprised? Best way, I come again, the best chatting platform is to make use of an email, because at that point it is just you and the person. But for WhatsApp, it's not just you and the person. A lot of persons are using it, but for email, it's not like that. 100 persons can be making use of an email and will be enjoying themselves. And also, in our next class, we'll be talking more about the dev types, advantages and disadvantages. Thank you for this class. See you next time.